A transport company has a total of 20 vehicles made up of tricycles and taxicabs. Each tricycle carries 2 passengers while each taxicab carries 4 passengers. If the 20 vehicles carries a total of 66 passengers at a time, how many tricycles does the company have? Now, let's go to the first part of the question. This is a simultaneous question type of question. This is a transport company has a total of 20 vehicles made up of tricycles and taxi cab. So let's say since we have tricycles and taxi cab here, let's just say let X represent the number of tricycles, the numbers of tricycles, and we'll say let Y represent the numbers of taxi cabs. Okay, so X represents the number of tricycles, Y represents the number of taxi cabs. Now the first statement says a transport company has a total of 20 vehicles made up of tricycles and taxi cabs. That means if we add the total number of tricycles and taxi cabs, we would have 20 as the final result. So here we could just say from the first statement, I'll just say from first statement, I would say by the time we add X and Y together, this should be equal to 20 vehicles. That's equation 1. Let's take this as equation 1 because it says transport company has a total of 20 vehicles made up of tricycles and taxi cab. We'll say let the number of tricycles be X and the number of taxi cab be Y. So by the time we add this together, this gives us 20. Now let's go to the second sentence. This says each tricycle carries 2 passengers while each taxi cab carries 4 passengers. If the 20 vehicles carries a total of 66 passengers at a time, how many tricycles does the company has? So see here, this is each tricycle carries 2 passengers and each taxi cab carries 4 passengers. And this now says if the 20 vehicles carries a total of 66 passengers. So we'll just say from the second sentence, let's just say statement, from second statement, by the time we do this, we'll say, now this is each tricycle carries 2 passengers. So we'll say 2 times X. That's for each. This X represents the number of tricycles we have. So the total number of passengers here is going to be 2 times X. Now since the total number of taxi cab we have is Y, so we'll just say plus. Now this says the taxi cab carries 4 passengers. So it will now be the total number of passengers that enter the taxi cab will be 4Y. This is equal to the total number of all the passengers from the taxi cabs and the tricycles, which is 66. So take this as equation 2. Now this question now says how many tricycles does the company have? So what we need to find is the X. This is how many tricycles does the company has. So we'll just use the substitution method to solve this problem. So we'll say from equation 1 we can make X the subject of the equation easily, then substitute in equation 2. So we'll say from equation 1 we're just saying X is equal to 20 minus Y. So this becomes our equation 3. So we'll substitute 20 minus Y for X in the second equation where we have X. So we'll just replace 20 minus Y for this X here since X is equal to this. So we'll just say, I'd say substitute 20 minus, let's say 20 minus Y for X in equation 2. You notice we didn't use equation 2, so you substitute in the equation that we didn't use. We derived the third equation from the first equation, so we'll substitute this in the second equation which we didn't use. So that will be, we'll have 2 in brackets. So this will be 20 minus Y plus 4Y equal to 66. So let's clear brackets here. By the time we clear brackets here, we would have 20 times 2 here will give us 40. So that 40 minus 2Y plus 4Y equal to 66. So this here will just be minus 2Y plus 4Y equal to 66 minus 40. So I could just take this up. This will be minus 2y plus 4y will give us 2y equal to 6 minus 40 there will give us 26. So to find y, I'll just say y is equal to 26 divided by 2. This means y is equal to 3. So that's 13. Y equal to 3. I will know y represents the total number of taxi cabs. So the total number of taxi cabs we have are 13. So we need to find the total number of tricycles. So it's saying substitute 13 for y in any of the equation. Now we want to find x this time around. We've gotten y, which is the number of taxi cabs. So to find x, we can substitute in any of this equation. But you see, it's preferable to substitute in equation 3 because we have x is equal to 20 minus y. So this is a bit straightforward. So we'll substitute 13 for y in equation 3. So bring out equation 3, which is x is equal to 20 minus y. So that x is equal to 20 minus y there is 13. So I'll just use my green color to represent 13 there. And this will be x is equal to 20 minus 13 here is 7. So since x represents the number of tricycles, so this question says how many tricycles does the company have? The company has 7 tricycles.